Welcome to Positional Chess. In today's video, we will analyze Bobby Fischer's worst blunder in classical time format and explain what you can do to avoid making this type of mistake in your own chess game. So let's get started. 16-year-old Grandmaster Bobby Fischer was facing 44-year-old International Master Rene Letelier in the 5th round of the 1959 Mar del Plata tournament. The position shown on the board was reached after move 54, and while white has an extra pawn, the position is completely equal as neither player has a path to checkmate. On move 55, Fischer moved his pawn to c5, which was a horrible blunder as it allowed Letelier to win the game. Why was Fischer's choice to push his pawn to c5 such a horrible move? When a pawn gets to the last rank at the end of the board, it can be promoted to a queen. White has two pawns that can be promoted to a queen, while black only has one. The remaining pawns are blocked by each other. The square on which a pawn promotes to a queen is called the promotion square. Both of white's pawns on c5 and g5, and also black's pawn on b4, have only 3 more squares to move before reaching the promotion square. However, it is black's turn to move next, and if each player pushes their pawns forward, black's pawn will promote to a queen first. White's king is on the same diagonal as the b1 promotion square, so when black's pawn promotes to a queen, the white king will be in check. This will force white to move the king instead of being able to promote its own pawn to a queen. In chess, we call this gaining a tempo on your opponent because white is forced to make a move it would rather not make. This gain of tempo ensures that black will be able to capture white's pawn before it promotes and checkmate white in only a few moves. After Fischer moved his pawn to c5, the game continued for only 7 more moves until move 61, at which time Fischer resigned. When you are playing in the endgame and your opponent is marching a pawn up the board to promote to a queen, always check to see if your king lies in the path of the promotion square along any of the diagonals or vertical and horizontal rows. If your king lies on one of these paths, then your king will be in check when your opponent promotes their pawn to a queen, and it will cost you a move. If you fail to take this into account, it could also cost you the game. Now that we know why pushing white's pawn to c5 is such a bad move, what should Fischer have played? Examining the board, we see that white's pawn on g5 only has 3 squares before reaching the promotion square, while the pawn on c4 has 4. The easiest way for white to guarantee a draw is to push the g5 pawn to g6, as it will be able to reach its promotion square ahead of black's pawn. Black will still get a queen and check white's king, but with careful play, it won't matter because white will already have a queen. Another option white could have played is to move the king out of the path of the promotion square to f6 or e6. In this scenario, black will promote its pawn to a queen first, but since white's king will not be in check when black's pawn reaches the promotion square, white will be able to promote its own pawn to a queen on the next move. In both of the scenarios described, the game would have ended in a draw, barring any other blunders. Fischer finished the 1959 Mar del Plata tournament only a half a point behind Miguel Najdorf and Ludek Pachman. Had Fischer been able to secure the draw against Letelier, he would have finished tied for first. Fischer would avenge his blunder the following year at the 1960 Mar del Plata tournament when he tied for first place with none other than Boris Spassky. Fischer's only loss in the 1960 tournament was to Spassky, and Fischer would avenge this loss too when he defeated Spassky in the 1972 World Chess Championship. Fischer was relentless on studying his losses and the losses of his opponents to discover which move led to a winning or losing position. Positional chess will analyze moves reached in real games and discuss why a move creates a losing position that might not be obvious to some. Hopefully, by understanding the mistakes of others, you can improve your own chess skills. In the next video, we will look at this position and analyze if white can capture the d5 pawn. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.